Welcome guys, it's Jonathan with One Big Impact. I'm actually in Nottingham still, in England. So this is kind of nothing to do with Nottingham itself. I'm actually making this video based on, I have this pretty severe case of psoriasis and it's hard to deal with. And I mean, of course I am dealing with it and stuff like that, but it's difficult, you know, you can't wear, well, I have it really bad, so it's hard for me to, get past the fear of wearing shorts or even short sleeve shirts or whatever. And I did get it about 5 years ago, maybe a little longer now. I'm not sure why or where it came from. In the beginning it just started in one little spot, and then it got substantially worse and definitely spread pretty fast. I did notice there was kind of a correlation between I gained an excess amount of weight. I was on some medication back in the day called Depakote and things like that. They did make me gain a lot of weight. Excuse me, and then after that, I definitely got psoriasis, and then I was really stressed out at that point in my life and stuff. So I'm not sure where it came from, if it was stress induced or whatever. Of course, it's an autoimmune disease, and a lot of people can't really explain much about it, including doctors, which is really frustrating because when you have a disease like that, or not a disease, I mean it feels like a disease, but it's actually just an autoimmune deficiency, which your skin cells are just constantly pushing and regenerating to the surface too fast to where your body can't keep up and rid them quick enough. So with mine specifically, I think it's beginning to go to the joints and things like that. But this video is actually just basically real simple. I wanted to share a few things that just recently I've kind of, I think, got a grip on exactly what maybe helps control the symptoms. Obviously I'm on a few different medications. I try to be real light on the medication, and I'm trying to find out a way to where I don't have to use the medication. The pill form of medication is methotrexate. It's actually a cancer medication. What it does is it actually drags down your immune system to where your immune system's not overpowering himself like it is and going to the surface and things like that. So, but it can be very, very dangerous. You're more susceptible to sicknesses and things like that. Thank God, knock on wood, I don't have a real problem with being sick or getting sick, obviously, because I have an overactive immune system. I know I'm a big guy, but I do diet and I do exercise and I keep really active no matter what, so I think that kind of helps. And the other one, it's not the augmented version. Of course, the augmented version might work for you, I'm not sure. But I use the betamethasone dipropionate. It's actually like a grease. I always have it everywhere because I always need it. It's in a little tube like this. It's really kind of a pain in the ass, like, to be honest. It gets all over the place, but it does help the visual effect. Your skin's shiny, not white and flaky, so you can go into public and not feel so bad about it and stuff like that. But it does help with the itching and the burning and the inflammation a little bit. So one thing that I want to say this one first. I am a huge milk fan, and recently I've been at quite the financial crisis, and I haven't been able to buy as much milk, and I actually hadn't bought it for about a month. And believe it or not, I wore shorts for the last month while I was here in England. It was that manageable to where I didn't feel so embarrassed about wearing them. Granted, it's still red, but I don't have the flaky, itchy, bleeding problem. And I'm not trying to be like graphic or whatever, but it's really difficult to deal with something like this. And trust me, if you're going through it, I know. If you guys ever need any support or, help getting through it or whatever, it can be difficult. Like, people judge you based on it. They're like, ew, what's on your skin? You know, it's hard to be the guy that nobody wants to know. They want to know what's on him first. You know what I mean? Like, that's difficult. And I know psoriasis is pretty common nowadays. But still, it's difficult, you know, being different. And we're all different, of course. But, you know, that's just one extra thing that we really don't need. And it's really tough sometimes. So, biggest thing, I stopped milk. I saw an amazing response. So, and the only reason I say I saw an amazing response is because I kind of paid attention to when I stopped drinking the milk. And then I ate about 3 bowls of cereal the other day. And I don't know, you can't really see it, I guess, too much. But if you look closely, I had a pretty bad breakout of psoriasis. And it's got me some white scale all over going. And now that's normal. Aside from the last month, I hadn't had that problem, considering I was not drinking milk. So, some other things, and these, sun. Get out there in the sun. Obviously, if you're taking some of these creams and medications, pay attention to it, because they will make you more sensitive to sunlight. But vitamin D is very good for it. One more thing that I've noticed, in addition to the sun, go to the rivers, go to the lakes, go to the ocean. These things seem to... Now, don't get me wrong, afterwards you're going to dry out really bad and stuff. But as long as you back it up with like one of the creams or something, you're going to notice really quickly that you are going to kind of, your skin, because of the sand and the water, it kind of does a sandblast effect and kind of gives you a free rejuvenation, and kind of takes off all the old, and then you can put the cream on and it gives you quite the relief. Just make sure you have the cream afterwards, else it's going to dry you out really bad and you're going to start itching like crazy. Other one, drink a lot of water. Stay hydrated as always. Make sure, because a lot of skin ailments and things like that are actually caused based on people not being healthy, whether it's vitamin B or vitamin D or E or 12 or water, or they need certain kind of grains in their diet. If you have a good balanced diet, you're going to prevent a lot of this stuff. And, you may be more susceptible to things like this and you just don't know it. So be careful, eat right, drink lots of water. So we got milk, number 1, sun, number 2, water, number 3, as well as getting in the water and being outdoors and not letting this take over your life. Just be you and have fun. Now, number 4, I would say stress. And of course, that's hard. Last semester at school, and I'm 34. I know I'm going back to school. I had kids when I was 17. I am a single father still currently. I've had custody for about 15 years, and just kind of me and my boys mainly the whole time. Last semester I took 21 credits. That's on campus. I worked 30 hours a week at Home Depot, 35 hours a week at Mesa Community College. That's, about 70 hours a week, plus 21 credits. I'd leave 5 o'clock in the morning and I'd be back 11 o'clock at night. I know it's not easy to rid your life of stress, okay, with work, school, kids, whatever you got going. But try to simplify things. Try to make sure you make time for yourself, just to be like, F the world, I'm going to relax, because that kind of thing is really important to your, not only your skin or, just your body's feeling good about itself and in a complete whole. You got to feel good, and if you don't take care of yourself, you can't take care of anybody else. So that's number 4. The next one, now I drink. I like to drink. I like to drink alcohol. I like to drink beer. I will say a lot of forums and stuff are going to tell you not to drink alcohol. I don't see a huge breakout with liquor. And why I say that is because it doesn't have a lot of yeast and stuff in it. I don't have as many problems with the inflammation and things when I drink just liquor. like whether it be cocktails or just straight shots. Plus, it's a lot less fluid. But when I do drink a ton of beer, if I have 20 beers one night, I'm going to break out for the next week really bad. Not only that, I'm going to be bloated and, all those added calories and stuff like that. Clearly, I don't need that. So, I hope this video helped you. Again, if you guys need any support, don't let psoriasis get you down. It is difficult. It's hard to deal with. It's hard to be judged. But I'm doing it. I'm living proof that we can have a cool, awesome life. You don't have to be the richest. You don't have to be the poorest person to know how to be happy. So, if you guys liked our video, please click like below. Comment. If you have questions, please ask them below. And as always, subscribe and share our videos. Thanks, guys. And spread love, never hate.